Hey guys, happy Monday. I told you guys I'd be back as soon as something was happening, and Dr. Phil happened. And all right, so a couple things that I want to get out of the way first. First things first. YouTube like changed the way they do things or something, and I know a while ago a lot of people were saying that they weren't getting notifications that I had a video out. So YouTube changed it, and now there's like a little bell next to the subscribe that you have to hit. And if you're one of my older subscribers, just hit the bell next to subscribe, and it'll ask you if you want to receive notifications for me. So that's all you have to do. The other thing is make sure you do subscribe. Make sure you catch all my other videos. My boyfriend, my wonderful boyfriend, who I love with all my heart, is trying to convince me to do gaming videos. So while Making a Murderer is in a lull, and granted, I suck, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm fun to play with because I suck so bad, but I have fun and I curse, and it's just my personality gaming. So it really doesn't matter that I suck. I have fun. And if I have fun, you guys will have fun. So let me get into Dr. Phil. All right. I am so mad that nobody called Kratz out on his bullshit, but I'm going to go step by step. So it opened up with Dr. Phil could have done this so much better, but he chose to use Nancy Grace and what Nancy Grace said as his opening, which is fucked up to begin with. Like, why the fuck would you use Nancy Grace and what she said? Like, what she says is fucking meaningless. Speaking of Nancy Grace, and I'm only thinking of this because I watched Nancy Grace during the Casey Anthony trial, and ID, I forgot, I was going to say Lifetime. ID has a movie coming out on April 9th that I'm going to tape, I'm going to record, and I'm going to upload. Hopefully I won't get a copyright, but I'm going to upload. So there's like this whole story on Casey Anthony, so that'll be really good. She's another fucking wacko. So Nancy Grace, Dr. Phil decided to show all of Nancy Grace's comments about Avery and Brendan in the opening. I don't know why, but he did. For the most part, I really think he was pro Ken Kratz. I don't know why anybody would be pro Ken Kratz, but he was. So that's how it opened up. And what bothered me about when they were talking about Brendan is, you know, Fassbender was on. He wasn't on for long. He was on like a couple sentences. But Fassbender was saying how Brendan, he was not coerced by him and blah, blah, blah. So then why did Dr. Phil show the videos that prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he was coerced, that his own fucking attorney, broke the law and turned on him? That should have been showed, and that was not showed at all. That bothered me. They showed when Brendan said this or Brendan said that. No, you need to show how he was really coerced. You need to show his own fucking attorney turning on him. Show that, Dr. Phil, not, the bullshit that makes him look guilty. And then Ken Kratz comes on, which I'll get to, but Ken Kratz comes on and Dr. Phil's like, oh, it's a really easy read and it's a wonderful book. What do you expect it to be? The guy is a fucking moron. Do you think he's going to write an intense, complicated book? He can't be complicated or intense if he fucking tried. Him and Dan O'Donnell should go play golf together. I mean, fucking idiot. So that bothered me that he was such a fucking idiot. But they were talking about the key. This was a good point. They were talking about the key. And, all right, put everything aside. I read the fucking papers. I am not an idiot. I am not going on Making a Murderer because they left so much stuff out. I'm not going on any of that. I'm going on my own intelligence that I read the fucking papers. And guess what? In those papers, it was not found on the first search. So Ken, once again, you're a fucking liar, trying to promote yourself because you want to promote your book and you want to make it out like you are so wonderful. Guess what? At the end of the day, Ken, you're still a fucking narcissist. You're still a fucking liar and you're still a piece of shit. So anyway, moving on. And he was talking about the key, and he was talking about how Buting is lying that the key was found first, and that this is what convicted Avery in the key search, because the other half was in the car. So Buting, being Buting, rebutted it beautifully and was saying that no, that's not what convicted him. Your press conference convicted him, but that's a whole nother video that I did already, but he's right. It was the press conference. Then he goes on to say that Avery lured her in the morning and in the afternoon. Kratz, if I remember correctly, I think I proved this with Verizon, with AT&T, that guess what? No, you coerced the agent to the people that you brought into court. I can't think of their names. Brought into court to lie because you made up those phone records. Remember that, Ken? Yeah, I do. Because I was the first one to call your fucking fat ass out on it. Then Kratz goes on to say, and this cracked me up, Kratz goes on to say how all that Avery was nothing but violence, and that all the women he dated says he was violent. Okay, let's look at the women he's talking about. Jody, the alcoholic, because she's just so credible. The ex-wife, who ended up dating like his cousin or something like that. I don't know. It's some wacko. She dated like Barb's husband or Barb's ex-husband. I don't know. But she didn't believe in her husband, which is fucked up to begin with. And she basically said, fuck you. I'm not bringing your kids up there. I think I would know if my husband is innocent or not. At least I would like to believe I would know if my husband is innocent or not. And she did not stand by her man at all. And he was innocent. So you know what, Laura? You're an asshole. But the letters that went on between them, guys, as I've said before, if the courts really saw the letters that went on between me and my ex, or the things that my ex says about me, trust me, we could be locked away for life. People would think I was the most violent, psycho, mean person in the whole world, and I'm so not. But, I mean, shit gets heated, and Beauty brought up that point. He did a beautiful job of bringing it up. And then, who do they bring on a statement from? Yep, you guessed it, the bipolar schizophrenic Lynn. Okay, let's take a look at this. If you never make physical contact with somebody other than a hug, you do not have sex with them, you've never fucked them, you've never laid down with them, you've never gone to the movies with them, you never went on a date with them, guess what, bitch? You ain't in a fucking relationship. And she went on in this statement about how worried she was about Steven coming after her and he was going to kill her and blah, blah, blah. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I mean, it was annoying. Why Phil even used her got under my skin. And yes, I'm saying that. It was pathetic. So if this is who he's violent against, I'd fucking hit Jody myself. I'd beat the fuck out of Lynn if I ever saw her. And yes, I said that in a video. And Lori, just wash your hands with it. You know, give Jody some drinks. She'll be fine. She'll forget all about it. I mean, it was just so ridiculous. And Buting pretty much covered the rest, except for one exception, which I don't know why this man did not call him out on it. Him and Kratz got into like a little tiff about Kratz's sexcapades. I can't even say it right. Sexcapades. And Buting had said how, you know, Kratz did this. And of course, Kratz, you know, busted his nut and said everything. But then he goes to say that he was not convicted and that all charges were dismissed. No, they weren't. Ken, I got news for you. That's another thing I read. They were not all dismissed. You were found guilty by the same psychologist in Wisconsin law, also found you guilty of being a diagnosed narcissist. Ken, you're a fucking liar. So Dr. Phil needs to put me and Ken Kratz in a room together because that would be a good show. That would probably skyrocket ratings. I would love to call this man out on all his lies. I am dumbfounded that Dr. Phil took the approach he did. I'm kind of really disappointed that he did. I mean, it's no secret. Everybody was on that show to sell their book. I mean, and everyone in the audience got a free copy. Yay! It blows my mind, though, that 11 years later, people are still making bank on this case. But yet, 2 people are still in jail. And that's sad. They discussed all the facts. They discussed, that there was no blood, there was no this. Butin really did a good job. I'm not going to lie. I'm not world's biggest Butin fan, but he really did a good job on the show. He, Butin. That's kind of funny. He debated everything that we all said and that we're all thinking, so it was really good. I don't know if I'm going to read either one of their books. I'm going to kind of wait and see what happens. I'd like to read a book written from Avery or Dassey, honestly, about their story. But we know that won't happen. And that's really all I got for you. So I will make sure you subscribe. Make sure not only you subscribe, but you hit the notification so you get my notifications. If you're a gamer, let me know, because I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I'm going to build a gaming channel. Even though I suck, it'll be fun. So that's all I got for you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my other videos. And I'll see you guys shortly. I promise I will do more videos. I know last one was a month ago, and I don't even realize the time. But I have 35 days or 38 days or something without cigarettes, so I totally quit. I'm still vaping, but as you can tell, I've gained weight, and I have to get it off. I'm fucking miserable. I'm like a big fat Oompa Loompa. So, and I only have one request. Pat Roberts, please don't leave any nasty shit on my wall. You've gotten really bad. So that's all I have for you guys, and have a great night. Peace.